All right, awesome. Was the simulation yesterday is awesome. I caught this trade just chilling on NY today. Let's take a look over here. So this was a buy on pound yen. Oh, nice. So you caught it within this range over here. Beautiful. What I would want to do is, yeah, I would want to wait for price to break above 150, 360, 370, and then we can continue moving bullish. Because then after that, we have clean range going all the way up towards, 150, 650. Yeah, 150, 650. Also looking on gold, I do think we should be pushing bearish on gold. Looking at the high time frame, look at the 4-hour time frame. We're breaking below a very, very strong support. On the 1-hour time frame as well, we're breaking below the low of the previous candle, which does indicate we should continue bearish. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, the only problem is that the previous 30-minute candle closed with no wick at the bottom, so that puts some issues whether this is going to continue moving bearish or not. So looking on the 15-minute time frame, we also have the same scenario. So I guess we'll have to break below these lows, 1688, for price to really continue down. Because my target overall for this week is down over here, 1670s, 1677. And also if you look on the weekly time frame, that's a support on the weekly time frame right over here. 1670. We got a support right at this point. So I think that's going to be a pretty good idea for price to continue down. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. All right, so we got the gulag coming in here too. Beautiful. My friends, my random friends from the internet are coming in. All right, so let's do some full analysis on pound yen over here. Actually, before we do that, I kind of want to look at Euro JPY. We're going to do complete full breakdown of Euro JPY starting from the daily time frame. So let's remove all the analysis here first of all. So looking at the daily time frame, Euro JPY is rejecting a resistance at 129.200, right? It's very, very apparent right over here. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, oh, look at that. 4-hour is breaking below a support which was at 128.980, and seems like it tapped into another support down to 128.780. Let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame. 1 hour is interesting only because of the fact that there was a resistance made around 128, 980, 990. So if we zoom in over here, we can see that there was a resistance created right here at this point, and we rejected the area to continue down. Now looking at the smaller time frame, I think, yeah, it's just ranging over here. We're in a range, and even if you do break above 128, 980, 970, the next resistance is like what, 9 pips away, 10 pips away. That's not enough range to take a trade, so we're going to put a resistance right over there too. So I think a good buy on this one, an easy one, is going to be above 129.080, 129.100, and anticipating price to go all the way up towards 129.300, which is like 20 pips away. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is pound yen 15-minute chart. Oh, nice. Looks like a lot of people got these buys here on pound yen. Let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I think above 150, 350, you can have much better plays for price to continue moving bullish. That's what I'm going to be personally looking for here today. What's this? Hey, what do you think about this GJ trade idea? Let's take a look over here. This is sent by Javan Mumtaz from the Gulag. Let's see over here. Safer buys above this area. Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the same thing over here. 150. Oh, hold on. 150, 150. Oh, I think it was right over here. No, I'm looking for about 150, 360, 370 for price to continue up. Gold is also in a range right now. See, this is a strong support. 1690 on gold, really strong support. Let's take a look at Forex Factory, see what's going on here based on news. First thing we want to look at is what happened overnight, basically. So let's go to his news tab. And there's nothing that catches my attention. The only thing I'm looking for over here is the red folders. That's it. I'm looking for red folders, and I don't think anything that catches my attention here. Looking at the calendar, we have basically nothing happening today. We got some yen news in the Asian session. It is what it is. Tuesday, clean day. Wednesday, we got CPI. Now, CPI is a high volatile news event, right? That's a high impact news event. So they're looking at good numbers over here. So we're going to see what happens. I mean, for NFP, they were looking at good numbers and gold started to decline. So I'm looking at the same scenario. Like, if you're looking at good numbers for CPI, will gold start declining before that or not? That's going to be pretty interesting. You got the euro rates, obviously going to keep the rates the same. And then that's about it. We got CAD employment rate on Friday. So I guess the only solid moves we had was in the London session for price to move bullish here, but there are a lot of wicks that were thrown here as well, so could have been a pretty messy area. This is buys, 150, 350, cleaner candles, nice. Yeah, I'm looking at the same scenario here today. So this is what I'm planning here today. Potential buys above 150, 350. If you lived in Europe, would you trade London session and New York session, or is it better to just one session? It's better to just focus on one session, right? And the only reason is because you got to understand this. Like when you're focusing on one session, every session moves a different way, right? Every session has its own characteristics. Every session has its own volume, its own momentum. So they all move like a different way, right? If you're going to look at the London session, if let's say you're looking at pound USD in London session, you can see that pound USD is only being influenced by the pound, right? But if you look at pound USD in the London and New York overlap, what you're going to notice is that it's not only being influenced by the pound, but also it's being influenced by the US dollar as well. So then things get a little tricky at that point. What we like to call it delicate. Things start to get into a delicate situation. So I guess we're just ranging over here as well on gold right here, 1693, 1694. It's going to be a waiting day here today. Waiting day. Hey Raja, what's your thoughts on this idea, please? All right, let's take a look over here. Where do I live? I live in Canada. I live in Ontario, Canada. Let's take a look over here. This is gold chart, 5-minute chart. Expecting price to fill the wick to the left hand side below 1690. That looks good. I'm looking at the same scenario. For buys, I'm not sure. Let's take a look over here. So what you want to do is for buys, you have to identify the most recent resistance, right? And this is the resistance that I can identify because this is where price ranged here, right? At 1693. So if we break above 1693, 1694, our next resistance is at 1696. It's like 20 pips away. So I think that could be some sort of a range to take a trade. I mean, it's a small range, but then again, we have a much heavier resistance up at 1700. So if we break above 1694, not only you're anticipating price to come up towards 1696, 1697, but continue up to 1698, 99, and hopefully to 1700. What's this here? Can you make a stop loss less than 70 points? As I saw you close less points, what should I do? It's not about having stops of 7 points and 8 points and 5 points. It's not about that. It's about understanding what the candles are doing and understanding the highs and lows, understanding the zones where you put your stop loss. I mean, obviously, if you have a really, really good entry, you can have like a 7-pip stop at like a much logical area. But let's say if you take a buy at this point and you're like, oh, my stop is like 4 pips, that's not good, right? Because like 4 pips is a very, very small stop loss. Because you got to understand, if you're taking an entry right here, your stop is, let's say, 5 pips. Your spread is 1.2, 1.3. So there's not enough room. So so you need to have very logical stop losses. Can't really come in the market and say, oh, today I'm going to use a 3-pip stop loss. Oh, look at my gain. I had a 2-pip stop loss. Those things do happen, but not all the time. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to be waiting over here. If I measure this range is like 14, 15 pips, right? 14, 15 pips and wait on Monday. I think it's pretty good. You can wait for the Monday. First day out of the gulag, Afro Russo. Welcome, welcome. Let's take a look at this trade idea here by, what's this name? Veradox. We got Veradox in the house. All right, pound yen 30-minute chart. Potential buys for our resistance doesn't look too good. Nice. So you're looking for buys above the same area. I'm looking for buys. Beautiful. I see sells below 149,900, but cleaner sells below 149,750. That's good. That's also pretty good. I think at the same time, let's see, we're here 149,750 based on a 30-minute time frame right here. And then 149, what was it? 149? Oh, 750 and 149,400 over here. 750, yeah, I see that too. Cleaner sells below 149,750 because you got clean ranges, you got a wick to fill over here. This looks good. Also, at the same time, if you're planning for sells, I think at the same time you should also be planning for buys as well. You know, because you want to catch that as well. What about GJ sells below 150.26? See, I'm not sure about that area, you know, because if we break below the support, you have a little bit of a consolidation area over here to the left hand side, right here, right? 14, 15 pips away. So I would want to see sells below 149,750. Yeah, I would want to see sells below 149,750. It's going to be much cleaner because the thing is, you can get price moving at all times of the day, right? You can get price moving at all, like, you know, during all zones. But the thing is, you have to put yourself in the best position to win, right? If you look at buys over here above 153.50, you can look to the left hand side. You see you have clean candles. So if price do break above, you know, if price does break above, it's going to have a much easier chance moving up in this range, right? But if you break below 150.020, or even below 150, you see we have a little bit of a consolidation area here. So it's like, you know, it might not be cleaner sells. So if you're looking for sells, I think you can look below 149,750 and really tell yourself that, hey, listen, if I take a sell below 149,750, that's going to be a much cleaner move rather than a move below 150. You know, so that's where your patience comes in, your ability to wait for price to comes in at that point too. Nothing to do with trading, but Pamela Anderson in moving to Canada. If you see her, say hi. All right. Say hi to Pamela Anderson. I know it's quite strange idea, but if the next 15-minute candle breaks the previous low, can price continue moving bearish to fill the previous 30-minute wick? Let's see over here. That's a possibility, right? That's a possibility, but I don't think I'm going to be executing on that idea because it's in a range over here. So also it's a Monday, so you need to put yourself in good positions to win. And that's what I'm waiting for here today. What I'm waiting for here today is a good position to win. Look at gold is coming down again below 1688. Will we break below 1688? Previously I had a sell on gold right before I came to the stream. It was this candle coming down to retest this low over here at this point. But if you do continue moving bearish, I think, and if you break below 1688, 40, 50, I think that could be possibly a good move for price to continue down towards 1685, 1686. So that's something I'm going to be aiming for here today as well. Let's take a look at this GU idea. GU sells below this area. Check for previous candle over here. I don't know. Let's take a look at GU here. Let's bring up GU. GU 4-hour chart. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart at this point. Also, I'm keeping an eye on gold here as well, around 1688.63. So I'm keeping an eye on gold as well as I review the GU. So GU is ranging, right? On the 4-hour chart, we can see it's a very, very, very tough range, right? So you got a wick down over here. You got some resistance up over there. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame has a support right down over here, right? we got a support, and then we also got some sort of a resistance right over here as well. So this is something we can identify. So now we gotta measure this range. This is a 40 pip range. Okay, we got a 40 pip range over here. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, yeah, I don't think so. I think it's going to be pretty difficult here. So if we look at this area right here, right, this is our resistance right here, and then this is a consolidation zone. Even though you have a range here which is 14, 15 pips, I think sells below this area would be much better, because not only you have a wick to fill, but you also have a potential move to continue down. And as we look at gold over here, I think now gold has a higher opportunity for price to continue moving bearish. Was really quick to look at this. We're breaking below 1688. We're also breaking below the low of the 15-minute candle. Let's see this over here. So sell is taken here. Stops are like 16, 17 pips for price to continue down over here. Oh, wow, crazy. Damn. Did you see that move? I was just measuring this right now and it just went boom down. That was the fastest 14, 15 pips I got here today. Below 1688. Beautiful. Yeah, I took it too, Caesar. Very nice. I was keeping close eye on 1688. Close eye, because GU was here. I was like, yeah, I don't know about GU, but I'm looking at gold over here below 1688. And boom, straight down. Yeah, I'm done here for the day. Oh, nice. Ron caught that. Viggy caught that. Who else caught that? Gabriel caught that. Oh, someone's saying I was creating my order and it just went. Yeah, with gold, you can't wait around with gold. Once gold goes, gold goes. But yeah, we broke below 1688 and look where we tapped into, 1686. Tapped into 1686. I mean, amazing. My MetaTrader 4 is so slow at closing orders. Yes, because you have a MetaTrader 4. You need to switch to MetaTrader 5. MetaTrader 5 is way better. Alright, let's take a look at GU. GU, I don't think, I mean, this is not enough. Let's see here. So if you're looking for sells below this area, it's like a 14 pip range, 13 pip range. I don't think it's enough range for price to move down. Looks like Mac is still in a gold sell. By the way, he's eating his nails over there. Welcome, Mac. Mac in the building.
Yeah, no, I was calling it, but you were talking.
Oh.
As it was breaking.
Yeah. Where did you took the gold sells? My entry was 1688.72. As it was breaking the low, I entered sell 1688.72. Price came down. I missed 1686. I had a TP at 1686, missed it, and then I closed at around 1687. So got around 14 pips out of it. Why didn't you tell? Wow. Why didn't I tell? Of course we told that. We told below 1688, price has a higher probability to move down to 1686. Those are my exact words. You know, and then you just gotta execute. I put the food in the spoon and you have to put the spoon in your mouth. That's what happened today. If you missed it, you didn't lift the spoon, that's it. Nothing happened. But you had to lift the spoon. What do you think about the 4-hour resistance on GJ? I think this is a very strong resistance, 150, 350. I'm personally waiting for 150, 350 to break so I can execute buys for price to continue moving bullish. What's my next target on gold? My overall target on gold is down at around 1680s, you know, 1680 flat. It's like 70 pips away. We've also broken below the low of the weekly candle. The daily is moving bearish. 4 hours moving bearish, 1 hour is bearish, obviously, right? 30 minutes bearish. Everything is just nicely moving down over here. So I think that's my target right there, 1680, 1678. Okay, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is buys above 153.85. Looks good. That's something I'm looking for here as well. And sells below 149.730. Same idea. Same idea today. Oh. Alright, pound yen. Is this too small of a range? Yes. I think that's too small of a range at that point. What's this trade idea over here? This is pound AUD. I missed this trade because I was waiting for price to make a support. 15-minute time frame. Waiting for possible sells. Okay, nice. So sells below this yellow line, you have 1.80350. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. I also think buys above 180.870 would also be pretty good for price to move bullish. If you missed the gold trade, what would you look for a second entry? For a second entry, I would want to look for this low to be broken right here on this smaller time frame, 5-minute time frame, around 1687. Yeah, 1687 even. I want this to break for price to continue moving bearish, to fill this wick first and then continue moving bearish towards 1684, things like that. That's what I would want to look for. But at the same time, I would still think there'll be a little bit far-fetched because a pretty good entry was right over here once we broke the low. Because once this low was formed, it was pretty understandable, the way we watched gold for a very, very long time, that if we do break this low, there's a high probability it's going to continue bearish. And that's exactly what happened at that point. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Ooh, target for buys. Nice. Price broke above. You're looking for a clean candle to the left hand side. If you move up, beautiful. We move further bullish, you're going to have a much better win over here on Bitcoin. Not really sure how much Bitcoin respects price action, but let's see here. All right, so we're slowly coming up towards 153.50 on pound yen. All right, let's take a look at this gold over here. Oh, nice, 1712. Entry at 1712 and holding for dear life. Let's see where this goes here today. Have you taken a trade today? Yes. Executed on a gold sell, which happened pretty quick. Gold sells. This was a 14 pip win. And look at that, we're breaking the lows on the 5-minute there again for price to move down. So in this scenario, I guess the stops above the 5-minute candle would be much better, because if you're looking at volume to pump in, this is going to be the volume time where gold can continue moving bearish. Gold without magic keys is pretty difficult to trade. Yes, man. You got to be on the money with gold. You got to be super, super, super quick on gold. Looks like pound yen is still ranging over here. Do you have a runner? No, I don't have a runner. I don't have a runner. But you see, this was the same idea here. Below 1687, price should continue moving bearish. Once we break the low over here, there's a very high probability to continue to 85 and then straight to 1684. GU is just ranging here too, man. GU is in a very, very tough range. extremely tough range GU over here. So it's going to be very important to really wait for GU to give you some, like clean ideas. Now look, if we break above this resistance on GU, we have clean candles here to the left hand side, going all the way up towards 1.38888, right up over here. And wow, look at gold, just like we expected, right? Just like we expected, we broke that low, continued down. This was like a 16, 15, 16 pip move, right? So you got to be really quick with gold. You get those 10 pips, 15 pips, 16 pips, put stops at break even, and it's just gonna continue running. That's it. Shout out to Kervin. Been watching Kervin trade gold, been watching Ted trade gold, and man, it's very easy. You look for momentum, you look for zones to break, and that's it. You just execute. Look at that. 20 pips should be up here right now. So whoever caught this gold over here, congratulations again, whoever caught these second sells. Yeah, the thing with gold is you have to be in and out. That's it. You take one trade, you make your money, and then you leave it alone. That's it. You call it a day. Because, the way it retraces, wow, look at this. Crazy retracement over here. But if you hold and you don't take profits, then you go into a drawdown really quick. And then you're like, oh man, I'm in a drawdown right now. I don't know what to do. But you got to execute and you got to secure all the time. My first trade in gold. Nice one. Thanks. Oh, nice. Beautiful. If you are talking to us, you are muted. There was a reason I was muted. I'm very aware of what I'm doing, guys. Let's see here. Should I hold gold sells in a drawdown right now? I don't think so. On Monday, someone should be making those delicate moves, because the one thing you don't want to do on a Monday is to go in a deep drawdown. That's something you don't want to do. Go in a deep drawdown. Because on a Monday, if you go in a deep drawdown, your whole week is screwed up. Your whole week is done after that. So you can't do that. You have to be very careful. I executed a buy because the 5-minute closed with no wicks and got 12 pips. That's something good I can do? No, that's not something good you can do. I mean, it's not going to work all the time. I'm so sleepy right now that I opened Instagram to look at my MT5 history. Oh, what time is it there right now? Sleepy, man, it's 7 a.m. right now. All right, let's take a look at this. Good morning, Raja. Do you think closing 80% was a good idea on GJ? I think securing anything is a wonderful idea at any time of the day. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Secured 80% after price was struggling to reach my TP. Yes, I think that was a very good idea. Very good idea. Because when this candle came down, you didn't know whether it's going to stay below or whether it's rejecting this resistance or it's going to continue moving up. We don't know that, right? So I think it was a very good idea. Sir, what will be the price of the new Magic Keys? New Magic Keys is around 165. Yeah, I think it's around 165. We worked really hard to get the price down. Oh wow, look at that. Gold is still moving over here. Looks like gold is on its way towards 1684, 1683. If we get towards 1680s today, wow, what a move here on gold. What's new? Just the design and some buttons? Yeah. So all the buttons are the same. Design is different. You don't need any batteries in it anymore. So it's a more robust design, I would say. So what you can do is basically, people wondering, we have, it's already open for pre-orders right now. We're only accepting pre-orders. With every pre-order, you can get 10% off. This new design is really, really, really sick. Version 2, 2.0. Someone told me yesterday it's like the iPhones. But iPhone releases a new phone every 8 months. Every 8 months there's a new iPhone with a small camera difference. That's it. Tiny, tiny camera difference. And every time it's a breakthrough processor technology. Yeah, and we're like, oh, here we go again. Another iPhone. All right. Does the Magic Keys work with Windows Tablet? No. After watching 2 of your video lessons, Impulse Entries and Wick Fills, I tried out to trade and withdraw my profits. I used money to pre-order my... Oh, nice. So somebody learned from our videos on YouTube, made profits, and then ordered Magic Keys from those profits. That's amazing. That's amazing. I actually had a bunch of people join Market Fluidity from the profits they made from the live stream. And that actually blew me away. I'm like, oh, nice. Let's take a look over here. Good morning. Would you take a look at this L I took on GJ? Thank you. Mr. Cuento Ni Kilo. I remember you. I've read that name a lot of times. Mr. Cuento Kilo. So you got a candle close above resistance. You executed a buy. Yeah, I think what you would have done here is to, are you going to be doing a simulation weekly? No. So I think what you should have been waited for here to maybe break the high over here for price to move up, but then there wasn't enough range to take a trade. So even if you look at the 15-minute time frame, so if you look at the 15-minute time frame, so this was right over here at 6 a.m. Even looking at the 15-minute time frame, look how the candle closed. The 15-minute candle closed bearish, so there was no need to take a buy when the candles are closing against you. This is something we did yesterday in the simulation. Let's take a look at your JPY ideas over here. Oh, nice. We're breaking below, sells below after candle breaks below. All we got to see is there any range to the left-hand side, right? Let's take a look here in your JPY. All right, nice. 4 hours coming down. The only problem is we're entering this wick area here. So what we want to see is, what we want to see on a 30-minute time frame is, oh yeah, right there. We got a support right over here. This may cause some sort of an issue on your JPY. See, that's a support right over there. So we got to wait for this 30-minute candle to close. The closing of this candle, I think below 128.780 would make much more sense. Because if this candle creates a wick in this area, this means that this candle is doing exactly what the previous candle did over here, was to make a wick. Right, so we need this zone here to break for price to continue bearish, and then I think we can continue down towards 128.650 and maybe continue down towards 128.600. All right, what's this here? AUD USD entry on the break of the low of this candle for price to continue down. Made a low. Yeah, I think this should look good. Maybe keep an eye on this from risk management perspective. Also keep an eye on this on the 30-minute time frame too, what this area looks like on the 30-minute time frame as price is moving down. But for pound yen, I'm actually waiting for a break above 153.50 so I can execute a buy for price to continue moving bullish. Okay, what's going on over here? Only one loss in March so far. Market fluidity is a game changer. Oh, nice. I'm actually running on a winning streak here since 1st March. I've had 0 losses, so I'm really, really making sure I don't take any losses. Because when one red trade, man, looks so bad now. What's the difference between the two magic keys? It's the same thing, same functionality. Software is the same. Everything is the same. The only difference is it's a better design, and it you don't have to put batteries in it. That's what it is. Do you recommend impulse entries for beginner trades? Yes and no, because impulse entries, they're extremely risky entries, right? Here's the thing. When you're a beginner trader and you take a trade and you take a losing trade, and if you're only supposed to take, like, let's say 1 trade a day or 2 trades a day, you kind of get bummed out a little bit, right? Because you executed on a trade, you lost a trade, didn't really work out, you got bummed out. So if you're taking impulse entry, your chances of getting stopped out on impulse entry are way higher than from on a normal trade. So you got to keep those things in mind too. I mean, I looked at impulse entries for about 6 months, 7 months before I started to execute on them. So that's something you need to do too. Like, you need to back test it and see what happens. What's your longest winning streak without an L? I think it was about 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. Please, do you think the 1 hour, 30-minute candle closing with no wick at the bottom denies the bearish continuation? It does. Yes. I would say put more weight on the 30-minute closing with no wick rather than the 15-minute.
Morning, Raja.
Hey, good morning, Michael. How are you?
I'm awesome, thanks. How are you?
Good, good.
I like what you said, your winning streak being 2 weeks. I wanted to ask you in that regards, how do you keep a cool head? How do you keep, because me as, fairly a beginner, I'll get those win streaks and I feel like I'll be just transparent. I feel like sometimes my head gets so big and I gotta stay calm. You know what I mean? How do you do that? How do you stay grounded after 2 weeks? Don't you feel like you can't miss?
Yeah, I used to feel like that, but now it's just like, okay, if I'm having a winning streak, I'm being really, really, really cautious about taking a trade because I don't want to take a losing trade. Because if I get too cocky, if my confidence gets the best of me, then I'm going to end up losing that winning streak. And the only way to protect that winning streak is to really, really wait for solid confirmation, like on pound yen over here. I'm sure some guys are in buys over here for price to move up, but I'm just waiting for price to break above 153.50 because I know above this area I can have a really easy trade moving up, and that's going to add to my winning trades. Rather than trying to execute right over here and second guessing myself, oh, I don't know what's going on, should I hold, should I close, right? But if we break above 153.50, I'm going to know there's a very high probability for price to move up. So it's just like really, really waiting. I think I get more conservative when I'm on a winning streak.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, let's take a look at this chart here by Jimmy. Jimmy, pound yen buys above this area, looking good. I'm looking at the same area here, bro. Above 150.350. Would you suggest someone start with a lower volatile pair in the beginning like UJ? No. When you start with a pair, you need to stick to that pair. Whether it's gold, whether it's pound yen, euro yen, USDJPY, you have to just stick to that one pair. It takes time. A lot of people don't give things time. You have to give it time. If you're only focused on one pair for about 2 weeks, that's nothing, man. You need to be focused on one pair for about at least 4 months, 5 months. That's when you can confidently say, okay, you know what? I put in a lot of time. So unless you can't put that time in, you can't jump through pairs, you can't change pairs. You have to stick to your one pair, whether it's 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Give yourself time and really be okay with that time. Do you have a pending order on GJ? No. No GJ. No pending order. Can you give me some advice, please? So after watching your IG story last night about creating timetable, okay, I realized that most probability I will miss your live stream. I just want to learn how to examine charts in case. Do you think it's enough only to learn from videos? Yes. From the videos in the database, you can learn a lot, but also I think if you're missing the live streams, it's not very important at all. You know, because I mean, the thing is, like, the live stream is just the time I trade, basically. You know, it's just a time I trade because I think there's a lot of volume in this time. When I'm done, there's NYSE open, New York Stock Exchange open. There's a lot of volume at New York Stock Exchange open. That leads into London close, and there's also a lot of volume at London close. So maybe you can start focusing on, like, you know, New York Stock Exchange open, close, and going all the way towards London close. You know, and the more you look at it, the more confident you're going to get in executing trades in that aspect, because there has been a lot of times when, like, you know, pound yen has been ranging for a very long time, from pre-New York till New York open, and the only time it moves is at NYSE open, New York Stock Exchange open. So maybe you can look at those ideas there too, because the most things you're going to learn is from the charts, by watching the charts, by looking at the same times every day, revising the charts, revising market structure. You're going to learn a lot that way. All right. What's going on here? Joined the Forex yesterday. Messed around with demo. Seems like today I just seem to trade red. Tips for beginner. Tips for beginner is to focus on one trade a day. That's it. 1 or 2 trades a day. And you're going to be a very happy trader. With 1 or 2 trades, you're going to remove stress from trading. That's the first thing that's going to happen. You're going to remove stress. Let's take a look at this UCJPY idea over here. UJ breaking out of this range looks good. Price is moving up. Nice. Everything's bullish. You have a target right over here. And if you continue moving bullish above 108,650, I think you have pretty good targets at 108,700, 750, 800, you know, and with that, if gold also starts breaking the lows at, you know, 1684, then it would make sense for UCJPY to continue moving up as well. You know, it's going to be pretty good. Gold sells over here too. Oh, nice. Very nice. Secured 25 pips. Beautiful. And the runner got stopped out. Nice one. It's a pretty good trade on a Monday. Quick time, quick trade. In and out. How did you set up your trading company? What was the process? The process was very simple. I live in Canada, so I can only talk about Canada. So what I did was I went to Google. Actually, I went to Google. I'm not even lying. Look, this is what I did over here. I went to Google and I wrote open corporation in Canada. That's what I did. And then what I did was, and then I went over here, register corporation. I went over here, and then it was a federal incorporation. I went over here, and then I went over here, incorporate a business. And then I looked at the fees. I'm like, all right, incorporate, and then that's it. I started to incorporate it, and once that was done, they gave me a paper. I took that paper to the bank. I said, hey guys, I want to open up a bank account. They're like, okay, where's your documents? I gave them the documents. They open up the bank account, and then I called the CRA. I'm like, hey, listen, so I got the bank account and I got the corporation papers. I want to open a GST account, GST or HST. And then they gave me that number, and that was it. And then I told the broker, hey, listen, so now I have a corporation. And the broker said, okay, you have your papers? I'm like, yep, I got my papers, and then that was it.
Listen.
So you can get a lot done from Google, trust me. Ooh, looks like your JPY didn't really close below this area. We're ranging over here. Pound yen is also struggling at this point where these wicks are. Can you tell me which crypto you are investing on? None. I don't do cryptos. I have some money in Dogecoin, but that's just for jokes, basically. That's literally for jokes, And I bought Dogecoin only because Elon Musk said something about it. So I looked at the price. I'm like, okay, well, it makes sense. I'll keep it. But it's just for jokes, If it goes up, it goes up. If it goes down, I don't really care. Let's see here. So for me, buying Dogecoin was just like a new trader coming in the gulag and just buying and selling gold without any rhyme or reason. So that's what I did with Dogecoin. All right, let's take a look over here. So this is, if the candlestick broke the line, do you wait for the candlestick to close? Yes. So I would want a candle to close above 150, 350, 380, and then take a buy position for price to continue moving bullish. So I'd want basically a candle to close above this area first. Can you share your beginner journey stages in Forex? Oh man, it was a pretty tough stage over there. Let's take a look here. So pound yen is ranging here. Okay, so we got time. We got gold also in this range over here. We're making another low down over here. So okay, we got time over here. Perfect. Yeah, we got time. I started in about April 2016. Started with a $200 account, and then I lost it. In 2 weeks, I blew that account. I lost it. At the same time, I was looking at this guy on Instagram called Uncle Ted. And I was looking at this guy was making money, and then I messaged him. I'm like, hey man, listen. So I started this account and then I lost that account. How are you making money? Like, what are you doing? Like, tell me next time you buy or sell something. He's like, it doesn't work that way. I'm like, oh, okay. And then what happened was, and then I started looking into more. He told me to go read Baby Pips. I went and read Baby Pips. I went and read about support resistances. And then I think he was having a mentorship intake in June. He was having a mentorship intake. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Since I blew my first account, $200, and I think I should actually learn something, So, and then I enrolled into his mentorship intake. And I remember it was on a Sunday. We did the whole webinar. It was a 6-hour webinar. We did the whole webinar. Next day, I had to go on a road trip for my sales job. Went on a road trip for about a week, came back, and I remember the next Monday we were in a group chat and we were looking at USD CAD sells, and I loaded my account with $700, took sells on USD CAD. I made around $300 that day, and I was like, oh wow, you know what, this is crazy. $300 in half an hour before I went to my job. Man, this is amazing. And I was hooked after that. I was hooked, made some really good money in the first 2-3 months. And then, as Michael said, confidence came in. Confidence came in, cockiness came in. I thought I couldn't lose, so I started learning about Fibonacci's and trend lines and Bollinger Bands, and I wanted to get 100 pips a day, 50 pips a day. It didn't end well after that. After that, it was a long losing streak. For about 8 months, I just lost and lost and lost. I lost 80% of my savings, because I thought I'm gonna make some money and buy a mansion and buy a yacht and buy all the supercars. And basically that didn't happen. So, and then I had to go back to the basics, right? And I talked to my mentor, Ted, at the time, a really good friend of mine now too. I talked to him like, hey, listen, I'm losing. What the hell's going on? He's like, listen, just look at your previous trades and see what you were doing. And that's it. That changed everything. In the past, we were taking very simple trades. We were buying support on the 4-hour, selling resistance on the 4-hour, and it was just working amazing. And we just had to go back to the basics, man. And then I started really focusing on candles and candlesticks. And then we came out with the term "wicks don't lie," and wick fills came about, and we really started to really simplify the entire process. And a lot of well-known influencer traders, they took the market fluidity course as well after that, because we displayed everything openly. Transparency was there, everything was there, and no one was doing that at the time, around 2017, 2018. And with progress, you get some hate as well. So there was some hate from the community too, and that's totally fine, because when you get big enough, your hate gets big enough as well. But you also got to understand, whatever you do in life, if 10 people don't like it, there are 100 people who will like it. You know, so we tend to focus on the negatives more than the positives.
Roger, real quick, when you went through that losing streak, were you trading the technique you're trading now? No indicators, naked Forex, price action?
Yeah, the only thing was when I was in losing point was that I was removing my stops. You know, price would come to my stop loss and I would just remove it. I remove my stop and I would say, okay, you know what? I'm going to put the stop based on the 4-hour time frame or the daily time frame. Or I'm going to tell myself, oh, this is a swing trade. You know, and still a lot of guys do this now, you know, so I would just move my stops, or I would take more than 4 trades a day, more than 5 trades a day, which obviously, you know, like once you're into 4 or 5 trades a day, you're slowly moving into the afternoon time and your whole day is fucked at that point. Like I think sometimes there's this curse that takes over and we go to a point of no return, you know, with our accounts. And the account gets so deep in drawdown, we're like, oh man, there's no returning from this now. Okay, let's see here. Can you take a look at this trade? All right, let's take a look at this over here. I'm also keeping an eye on pound yen over here, about 150, 350. We got about 13 pips left over here, so we're going to see what we can do. What I can do, sorry. Euro yen, looking for 15-minute to close below support. Yes. This is a very, very strong area. See this? This is what we were talking about here before. We had a wick, and we don't know whether this candle will wick or it's going to continue moving down. So we had to wait for price to break below this area. Blessed for having a great teacher like Uncle Ted. Otherwise, he would put you in a laundering machine because you just blew everything. Yeah. Laundry machine. Probably an Iron Man's laundry machine. Is there another opportunity to buy gold at this point? It's retracing back up. Will. I think you need to send a chart. You need to send a chart, a buying opportunity on gold. I don't see any buying opportunity on gold. Let's remove this thing over here, remove this line over here. This was the support we broke. Yeah, I think the only buying opportunity is going to be above 1694, but that's going to be short-lived too because the range is like, you know, 29, 30 pips over there. Do you usually give a discount on Magic Keys? Magic Keys is on a pre-order discount, so you can order it right now, get 10% off. Let's see here. Hey, for the buy on GJ above 153.50, okay, will you wait for a retest or enter as soon as we see a candle closing above this area? It depends, you know. So if you look on the 4-hour time frame, 4 hours is coming up over here. So we need price to break above these wicks to the left-hand side. Looking on the 1-hour time frame, the same thing over here. So I think on the 30 minutes, I would want to see a candle close above 153.50. Yeah, if I can see a candle close above 153.50, then I guess we can anticipate price to move forward. Can you talk us through your gold shorts at 1692? Yes. So it was basically right over here, right? Price was down, bearish, obviously. The 30-minute candle closed like a weak bullish candle at this point. You know, so when I took my sells around 1692, it was based on the idea that, okay, if we're going to break this low, then there's a high probability for price to continue down to retest this low and then to continue further down, you know, to break the support. That was my whole idea. So executed sells before the screen around 1692. Price came down to a low point here, closed the trade. And then the second sell I took was right over here below 1688 for price to continue down. Well, around 1688.70 for price to move down. So those were the two trades I took today. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here by Kennedy. Buy as the candle break. Candle break, retouch, close bullish. Nice. Add position with dynamic risk. Beautiful. Very well managed trade over here. Sometimes it's hard for candle to close just above the level we want it to. Yes, sometimes when that happens, then it is what it is, right? We can't do anything about it. How do you identify a retracement or a reversal? It's better to identify a continuation rather than to focus on a reversal or retracement, right? Yeah, so a continuation is going to happen after a reversal happens, right? For example, let's say if we do a break above 150.350 and price moves up towards 150.450, then you would want price to like retrace for you to enter a position for price to continue. That's what you would want to see at that point. Your JPY is ranging. Gold is also in a range over here now, creating this low and also creating like a minor resistance here for price to continue moving bearish. Pound yen is moving up towards 153.50. I think we can have a pretty good move above 153.50, going all the way towards 155.00. That's what I'm going to be targeting here today, and we're going to see if we can get that or not. How to calculate pips on gold using the TradingView ruler? It's pretty easy. You go to the ruler, you measure the pips. If this says 382, this means it's 38 pips, right? So you gotta remember, every $1 move on gold is 10 pips. Do you wear flip-flops on the beach? Yes. But the question is, do you wear sneakers on the beach? I don't get why people wear sneakers on the beach. Makes no sense. I mean, sand still gets in. Sneakers and jeans. Yeah, that's the best. 5-minute gold idea. Price has pushed below 1 hour support. That's true. Sell stop at 1687. Stop loss 1690. Take profit 1677. Oh, down over here. Yeah, this looks good for sells. Looks good. I also think that if the 15-minute candle can give us some stronger close, we can continue moving down towards this low over here, and then in NY open we can continue moving further bearish. But I think for price to continue moving bearish, price needs to respect this high right over here. We need to instinctively stay below 1690 if price is going to continue down to retest the low at 1684.85. and then potentially continue lower to 1680. I never forgot when Raja was in London. We still in your ends, mate. Yes, I was in the ends for a long time. Anyone knows how much battery is left on Magic Keys when it's blinking? To be honest, I just change them. When they start blinking, I just change them ASAP. I'm like, okay, it's time for me to change the batteries. Is your broker up? No, we're waiting for some legal things to happen on the Metacode side. They're looking for some extra confirmations before they allow us to open. So they're getting really strict. So it's going to be a long wait. What is a good balance of chart time? I find myself studying the charts a lot throughout the week. What did you do once you become consistent? I just look at the charts. I'll tell you guys exactly what I do every day. All right. I'll come and look at the charts from 6:30 till 9 a.m. Right? 6:30 till 9 a.m. And after that's done, I think after 3 hours later, I'm going to come back to the charts and I'm going to review how that time went. And that review is going to be maximum 15 minutes. Like, and that review is going to include what things I could have done differently. If I took a loss, how could I have taken a winning trade? If I took a win, how could I have really, like, propelled that win to get more gains? And that's it. That's all chart time I'm going to do. And maybe in the Asian session when I send the analysis, that's the next chart time I get. Other than that, nothing, basically. What's the broker you were talking about earlier? I can't name that right now. We're still figuring things out in that aspect. When planning a stop loss in TP, do you consider the pip spread or the pair you trade? When planning my TP, I consider the spread. Because if you look at your MetaTrader is going to show you, when it shows you pips, it discounts the spread. It takes into account the spread there as well. When do you think the new versions are going to be shipping out? Probably going to be in by end of March, first week of April. That's what we're looking at this point. How much tax do you give in Canada? 17%, 18%, 15%. Yeah, right now there's nothing happening at this point. Gold is ranging here, retracing. See, so this is a retracement on gold. The trend is down, but this is a retracement on gold. Ooh, Sweden is 33% tax. Damn, that's a lot. 33%. That's like personal tax over here. Why did they all come for you in London? I think they got on a bunch of drugs and then they came to see us in London. That's what happened.
Oh man.
Let's see here. Portugal, if you make 10,000 per month, it's 50%. Oh wow. Would you kindly talk about how you justify your stop loss, or if you set them as gold swings so fast? There's something called depth of market, and I also incorporate magic keys. So when I'm taking sells, I'm keeping in mind with gold that I'm willing to lose 15 to 20 pips in gold in order to make 15 to 20 pips in gold. That's the thing with gold, because we've seen that when gold moves, it moves with a lot of volume. So if you look at this 5-minute candles over here, right? Once this candle broke below 1688, this was a 25 pip move over here. And even down, it went down towards 34 pips. Right? So you got to understand how gold moves. Gold moves in like robust moves, like quick, like boom, boom. So you got to execute, you got to secure positions, and then you got to leave the rest running. And if they get stopped out, they get stopped out. But I've learned a lot about gold. I've been watching gold for years, man, years. And if let's say I've been watching gold, let's say 10 days of the month, I've been executing on it maybe like 2 days, 2 out of 10 days, 3 out of 10 days. Wow, look at this daily on GJ. So many wicks over there, so many rejections. 4 hours still ranging at this point. There's no trade. Have you noticed lately market is ranging and less clean moves than GJGU? Yes. Yep. We've seen a lot of ranges here lately because economically there's nothing important happening at this point. When did you get your breakthrough in trading? My breakthrough in trading came from the first day I traded. The first day I made money was the day I realized that if I can do this once, I can do this a million times over. That's when my new breakthrough came in, you know. And after that, of course, I had a losing streak, I had some losing months, but man, listen, when I had my first win, I knew I could do this over and over again. I just need to find that piece of the puzzle. And the piece of the puzzle was literally, it was just 1 or 2 trades a day. That's it. I've said it over and over again, and that was the missing piece of the puzzle. 1 or 2 trades a day and always going over the charts. That's it. Because sometimes, like, you know, when you lose a trade and you see price move and your friends win a trade and your friends are in massive wins, that's totally fine. You don't have to do the same. You don't have to prove to your friends that you're a good trader. You have to prove to yourself you're a good trader. I see people, like, you know, they trade for the Instagram. They trade for the gram. Like, you know, and what I mean by that is, like, they'll take a trade just to show off on Instagram. No, no, man, stop it. Stop it. The only thing you want to show off is the lady at the bank. That's the only person you want to show off, because you're going to be able to go to the bank and they ask you, hey, listen, so you got this wire transfer came in yesterday. Where did this come from? And then you can say, oh, I'm a trader. This was a withdrawal I made from a brokerage. And that's the person you want to show off. You know, not your friends, not Instagram, because they don't give a shit about you. Right? You guys need to understand this. Instagram does not care. Your friends, they don't care. The only thing that cares is your bank account and your bills and your family. So you got to give it time. 1 or 2 trades a day, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. We need a shirt or a hoodie that says, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get someone to make a hoodie like that so I can wear that hoodie here every morning, which says 1 or 2 trades a day. Ooh, what's this? Never thought that this is possible. I'm up 26% on my oh, nice. 26%. Oh, page doesn't exist, but we believe you. Beautiful, man. 26% on a funding talent account. Do you let trade hit stop loss, or do you manually close it when it gets closer to it? I manage my risk. You know, when a stop loss gets when price gets close to your stop loss, you have to manage risk. You have to close, like, you know, most of your position. You have to make sure you don't take a loss. Well, you will take a loss, but, like, you have to make sure that your loss is less than what you planned on to take. You know, so that's something very important. 1 to 2 trades a day keeps the stress away. Yes. Let's see here. So yeah, pound yen is still ranging over here. We got about 15 minutes left for the candle to close. All right, let's take a look over here. This is US 30, buys above 31,550, waiting for NYSE volume. That looks good. Looks good. So I guess we do know is that US 30 has a high probability of having volume during New York Stock Exchange open. So that's what we're waiting for over here too. Everything else is just ranging at this point. I know it's a new noob question, but what's the best platform to practice on? I think a really good platform to practice on is MetaTrader. MetaTrader, TradingView. You can use cTrader if you want. All right. Let's see here.
Assalamu alaikum, Raja bhai.
Hi, walaikum salam. How are you?
Sir, I'm fine, thank you. Sir, I want to ask that can you use Forex simulator, the simulator which you were using yesterday, can you use it on cTrader?
No, it's only for MetaTrader.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, no problem. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is GU 15-minute chart. 15-minute demand, 15-minute supply, demand. Yeah, looks good. I think you need to put more zones over here. And I think if you're using trend lines, you should either use trend lines or you should either use zones. Very rarely you can use both, because sometimes your zones and trend lines are going to contradict each other. So it's going to be very important for you to just focus on just one at a time. So if I look at pound USD over here, what I can see is that we have a resistance on the 1 hour time frame. We got a support down over here. So now we're in this range. So we're waiting for price to break out this range. Do you and Ted have the same trading strategy and risk management strategy? I have no idea. I have no idea how Ted uses his risk management. Why do you have the yellow line over there at 150.020? I don't know. It's just, I just have it there. It's of nothing importance. I would be looking for sales below 149.750. 750, 740. Right now, the way things are moving, I don't think so. It's going to be a pretty simple day here to trade because, we're in a range at this point.
Good morning, Mr. Raja. Morning, Tim.
Good morning, Kervin. How are you?
Good, my brother. Good.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, Mac. So I see you guys catch the gold shells. It's very nice.
Yeah, we caught it. We got it.
Very nice.
We done for the day, yes, Gypsy. I haven't done a Borat voice in a minute.
Yeah, let's keep that to ourselves.
Bro, why? Let me shut up.
It's too early. Too early, right? Oh man.
No, it's that he's always fucking targeting me.
I know. That's good though.
I'll just make a dope ass video.
Alright, let's take a look over here. This is USD CAD chart here. This area might be a little too choppy for me personally to be confident in executing a position. Yeah, I think on this 30-minute time frame, if you can get a candle 30-minute closing at the support or below the support, I think that could give room for the next candles to continue down to fill this wick over here and potentially come down to this support here as well. But at this time, we're just ranging over here. And I think your buys are also looking good above this area here as well. Oh, it's a 13 pip range. Yeah, might get a little choppy because the range is a little smaller. Dimitri De Brouwer, GBP AUD buys above this area. 4 hour grab liquidity to flip bullish. Daily is bullish. Looks good, man. Looks good above this area. I think if we can move above this area on pound AUD, I was gonna say probably we can move above on pound yen too, but it's coming down, so it's not gonna be a good idea here so far anymore. Can you talk about your gold first trade? I already talked about gold first trade in the morning. So your risk management strategy evolves on its own. What led to that strategy? My risk management strategy the way it led to that was that because I was stuck in a break-even stage, right? And the break-even stage is where you're not making enough money, but you're not even losing enough money either. So you're basically at break-even. Your gains are small, your wins are small. Most of the time they're all the same. So I wanted to see that, okay, what can I change in my results to make sure I get my gains are more than my losses? So the only thing I could change there was to make sure I can lose less. So that's why my risk management came in from. That how can I make sure that if I'm going to take a losing trade, how can I make sure that that trade is a lower loss than what I'm planning, So that's where it came from. What's this here? As a new beginner, practicing on my demo MetaTrader 4. Every time I buy in, it's in the red. Any idea what I'm doing wrong? No idea what you're buying. No idea what you're selling. So can't really answer that question. The best thing I ever did was to start his stream, not because he's helping us, but he's also helping himself. I've noticed that when I sit at my computer, ooh, and I talk to myself, my ideas, yeah, that's good. That's good because whenever I'm looking for a trade, not only talking, it's basically me talking to myself. You know, that's how the streams basically started. Now it's just most of the time it's just me talking to myself and talking out loud what I'm thinking about. You know, price moving and price action, and if something makes sense, I talk to myself. Hey Raja, this makes sense over here. Let's take a buy over here. And you know, obviously I show it to you guys, and if it works out, it's perfect. If it doesn't work out, then I know how to manage risk, and I then take a lower than anticipated loss over there at that point. Have you and Karin met in person? Yes, numerous times. Lost my passport in Miami once, man.
I remember that.
Yeah,
For real?
yeah.
At the hotel?
Turned out to be a delicate situation. We're like, oh shit, I don't have my passport.
Like, oh, I'm gonna be stuck here for a couple of years.
Raja was at the hotel already, so he was looking for the passport, and passport was at the hotel. So we came back to the hotel, and the guy said, "No, the room is already clean. Nobody found anything, so the passport is not there." Man,
Well,
oh man, what a
What was
night!
the password? I mean, the passport, not the password.
Yeah, the passport. The passport.
Yeah, where was it?
In the same hotel.
In the same hotel?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the guy said it's not there. We already looked. I'm like, no, you didn't. Go look again.
Yeah, that's what housekeeping does. Like, yeah, we looked. Come
Yeah.
back next week.
And I'm like, give me the key. Let me go look again. And it was there in the drawer, you know.
Yeah.
Pablo Cordoba. Let's take a look at this trade idea here. Pound yen buys above 153.50, sells below 150. From 150 to 900. It's like a 10 pip range. I don't think that's going to be a pretty good idea. 150 to 900. It's like a 10 pip range. It's not going to be a good idea. I think a better idea would be below 149, 740, 730. Ooh, what's this? Entered on the break of the 5-minute candle right here. Stop loss set to break of the previous high. TP smashed. Nice.
Thank you.
Beautiful. You know what's sad about Instagram and all that shit? When I was doing my €100 challenge and compounding my account, I was only getting a few questions on a $50,000 funding account. People are sending me a lot of messages. Yeah, that happens a lot of times. They see a big account, they're like, oh, we want to know what's happening over here. Oh, what's this? If you had to move into the US, what state will you go to? Florida, 100%. Florida. Whatever happens, Florida doesn't get affected by nothing. They survived hurricanes, they survived tornadoes, they survived bath salts. You know, there was a bath salt episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys survive everything.
Yeah, the bath salts, the guy eating the homeless face.
Yeah. They got alligators over there. It's amazing, man. You get the best of all the worlds in Florida.
You got Burmese pythons, boas, everything.
Do you think if the 1 hour candle closed below the range on GJ, the sells look cleaner than on lower time frames? I don't know what range you're talking about because you haven't really told the price you're looking at, but I think below 149, 740, 730 would be a much better sell on GJ. And that's something I'm going to be looking at if it happens here today in the next hour.
Hey, Raja.
Hey.
Good morning, bro. I just actually got here. I just wanted to ask, when you took this gold trade, how were you managing risk if it went the other way around?
Stop loss.
No, but like, yeah, but were you managing it on the 5 minute?
Yeah. It was basically stop loss, basically, straight up stop loss.
All right, cool. Thank you, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Because we've seen gold moves like good moves. Like, it does these volume pushes, and that's what it did right over here. Volume push below 1688.
Yeah, Roger, I think you missed the point of the question. I think he was saying basically where would you put your stop loss, above the candle, above your yellow line?
Oh, as I said,
Yeah.
like two times, 15 pips. It was like 15 pip stop, basically. So if it hit my stop, it hit my stop. There was no way to manage risk because it was already being taken on the 5-minute time frame. You can manage risk if you execute on the 15-minute time frame. Then you can say that, okay, like, what, if the smaller time frame candles break the high or break the low, then you can manage risk at that time. But if you're only taking on the 5-minute, then there's basically, it's just stop loss.
Yeah, at that point you treat an entry like an impulsive entry, and as if it's like whatever with the news or something like that. You don't want to hold a trade that is going 25, 30 pips against you. So you gotta feel comfortable to hold this trade.
Yeah, and plus also
but it comes with experience, because at that point you cannot have like a 40 pip stop loss on top of a 5-minute candle. So basically you just want to manage the risk accordingly. If you see the call is pulling back toward your entry or toward your stop loss for 20, 25 pips, you gotta close that trade. It's impulsive.
Would you guys look for a retest to the downside back to that 1685 zone?
Yeah, we should get a nice retest. At this point, this is the first 5-minute candle closing bearish. So at this point, it is creating the kind of resistance. So basically, you want to see a little bit more of structure because it's the new hour. The new hour is about to open, so you may have a dip a little bit down towards 1688, and then retrace back towards 1692. And then the best case scenario is gonna be the quick fill on the 4-hour next 4 hour at 9 a.m. Remember, when market opens, all this news from the new bill that the House passed. Yeah. So
did it pass in the
everything
House?
is gonna get digested by the market. So
did it get passed in the House, Kerwin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When I was looking into it, I saw that the Senate revised some changes and they passed it. I thought it had to go back to the House.
The Senate, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They did those small changes, yeah. But still, the optimism is there,
Yeah, they got a deadline on it too, because the benefits, they run out on the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Here we go.
Yeah.
See, this is great. If gold stays below 1689, 1690, especially on the 30-minute time frame, really, really good opportunity for price to continue back towards, 1684, 1685.
Yeah.
Got about a minute and a half left over here. Can you look at my GJ, please? Let's take a look over here. 1-hour chart seems like GJ wants to go into the 1-hour demand zone. Okay, I think you need to zoom in here a little bit. And yeah, you need to zoom in over there and make a zone right where price is right now currently. This is what we're looking at right over here. If you zoom in, you got resistance at 153.50, and then you got clean range for price to continue moving bullish. Wouldn't we get stopped out on gold on 5-minute and 15-minute with the market noise, like liquidity grab moments? Yes, of course. Like when you trade anything, there's a possibility you're going to get stopped out 100%, 110%. There's no doubt about that. But when we were looking at this, we were talking about if we break below 1688, you can go to the stream and you can rewind the whole thing. We're talking about if we break below 1688, there's a very high probability with momentum and with volume that price can continue down towards 1686. And that's exactly what happened. Price broke below 1688 and went all the way down towards 1686 and eventually went down towards 1685. Now, if it came back up, if you had a 15 pip stop, you would get stopped out, and that comes with taking a trade, because at any given time, there's a probability of price to go in your favor, and there's a higher probability, right? But at the same time, there's a small probability that you will get stopped out. So whenever you're executing on a trade, you're keeping in mind those probabilities. So I've been watching gold with Kerwin for about, like 18 months now. And I mean, my execution here was just based on me watching gold for that long.
Like for example, right now gold, 5 minutes looking, even though the 1 hour close bullish is creating that kind of support, but the 5 minute is creating resistance around 1692. So best case scenario is gonna be this 1 hour candle retesting the previous 1 hour. If we break that 1 hour, it's gonna go probably toward 1675 at least for today. You just need to manage your trades accordingly, and you need extra confirmations. But the easiest way to take it is going to be at the break of the 1 hour candle. At that point, you're going to have plenty of room. Easy 50 pip move to the downside, and then so on. But like I said, 9:30. I'm expecting a nice drop 9:30 today. If that doesn't happen right now, it's gonna happen at 9:30. There you go. If you get a break on gold from 1688, like Raja says, we're gonna retest those lows, 40 pip to the 1684, and so on. Because at this point, the 4 hour already did the retest to that area, to the 1692, and is rejected in one more time. So it makes sense for the 4 hour candle to drop a little bit more towards 1680. And if we get enough momentum today, that 1680, if we break 1680, we're going toward 1670, 75, or even lower. Yes, Gabriel, I did. I did at the break of the 5 minute. 15 minute close bearish, creating that resistance. So,
What price did you get in that, Kerwin?
Price I got in was 89.92.
Oh, nice. I got 89.86.
Nice. Yeah. This point I'd secure 50% because I'm expecting 1688 to give me some trouble breaking down, and my my stop loss is still the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till the 15-minute close for TP1 and then let the rest run if it is looking good.
That's good. Because if gold is gonna reject that support, it's gonna happen around 1688.
Yeah, it gets questionable there.
Yeah. Other than that, should be done so.
All right. So we're looking for gold to move bearish here. Pound yen is still below 153.50 here. Why is Raja not talking now? Oh. Didn't know my voice was that important. But yeah, I guess we're coming down over here below 1689, 1690. We broke below the low of the 30-minute candle. Yeah, I think on the smaller time frames, we can continue moving bearish over here too. Just gotta break this low at 1688 again, and then we can continue moving down. You said Dominion Markets is going to come in February. We are now in March. Yes, I know, man. It's we're dealing with Medicodes is taking the time to make sure everything is legit and up to proper code. That's the only thing that we're waiting on right now. Because there are a lot of crypto brokerages opening right now, and you know some don't
Raja
have
bro,
good intentions.
GJ is moving.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. So please don't cut me off, you know, when I'm talking.
I'm extremely sorry, sir. I'm extremely sorry.
You're talking about meta quotes.
Yeah. So they're taking their time, you know.
Gold is kind of addictive, right, Raja?
Oh yeah, you get quick moves on gold, really quick.
Yeah.
Below 1688, I'm looking to see if we can execute here again for price to move. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, down we go.
Broke below 1688. So it's right over here. 86, 85. Volume time over here too. New York Open at this time.
Yeah. Yeah, we're finally breaking that 1688, so it's good. It's good. Whoever got the gold sales, bring stop loss a break even at least.
Let's see over here. Can we get some wins in here? Yeah, I think gold should continue moving. The only thing is it needs to cross below 1687. I actually closed. I got like 1 pip, 2 pip, and I realized I'm overtrading. I just closed.
No way.
Yeah, I don't want to overtrade, man.
Man, no man.
Yeah, I really realized I'm overtrading. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna close it. So I closed it.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
That's discipline, man.
Now I have the confirmation that gold is gonna drop more because every time it gold drops even more.
Yeah.
No, he's right. That's excellent discipline.
Yeah, makes sense too, like in my mind. Even though it can move, but for me, from my psychology perspective, I think it's very important for me to stay grounded. All right, GJ is also coming up over here. What I want to see is, should I wait for the 15-minute? Yeah, I think I'm going to wait for the 15-minute candle to close. We got 5 minutes left over here on 15-minute candle. Oh, looking at gold now. I would have been stressing on a loss over here if gold retraced to my entry point. I would have been like, oh no, Raja, what did you do?
Oh, so your entry was where? 1688?
Yeah, 1688.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Don't you have a perfect win streak going right now?
Yeah, so I closed it. I opened it. It went in like 1 pip profit, 2 pip profit. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm over trading. I closed it.
Good for you.
This is gonna be an easy trade on gold.
Oh yeah. I mean, straight coming down over here at this point. Oh wow! Look at that. Damn.
Tell you, it's moving them.
Wow, 18 pips at this point. Even Raja overtrades and later realizes it. Yes. But the difference is that I act on it. I don't hold it. Goats have emotions too. Yes, I have emotions.
TH. Who's TH? Okay, TP for gold. At the touch of that support, 1685.
Nice.
And then if we break, you know that you have $5 more to go into 1680. So manage your trade accordingly. At this point, whoever got the sells on gold, nobody should be taking gold sells right now.
Yeah, right now it's way too late at this point.
Yeah, yeah. You may have a rejection from that 1685. Now impulsive sell is gonna work below 1685. You know.
So
yeah, go ahead, man.
So whoever took this trade on gold, let me just mute people here who are not don't talk. Oh wow, look at that! Came right down to the lows over here. Nice. Whoever got in the sells over here in the gulag. Yeah. Breathtaking.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
You go ahead, please.
No. You see the rejection from there, the 1685. That's why you need to secure profits at support.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till the 15-minute closed, and then it got down to 1685.2, and I was like, all right, let's take some money off the table here.
Yeah. You don't have to hold this trade, for longer, even though we're gonna break that 1685, but you never know that rejection from that hourly support. So that's why. That was easy, man.
Kervin, so you waited for a 15-minute bearish candle, and then do you enter on the 5-minute break of the low?
Well, I'm really aware that we created support on the 1 hour candle, so I'm expecting that kind of rejection from there. And at the break of that 1 hour candle, we may have more sells going toward 1680s. Other than that, I'm very aware that we're gonna have some troubles breaking that 1685. So
it's a very strong support on the daily. That's why.
Yes, and weekly, looking left, there's a lot of consolidation. We can play this range from 1685 toward 1700. Really heavy range. In the weekly candles to the left. So that's why you don't want to mess around with gold, especially on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got sells earlier on at the break of the 4 hour candle. Was easy $5 move. Now it happened again. Another sell off on gold from 1689 to 1685. It was easy.
Yeah, I just want to see GJ breaking above 320. Point 320.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a nasty rejection from support on gold. I knew that was gonna happen. Crazy.
See how this 15-minute closes on GJ. Well, I like how it's closing. Nice. Come on. Let me get away. Jesus. Jeez. The last minute push. Come on, DJ. 3 pippers.
Oh, GJ's also in the game over here.
Yeah, I think it's breaking with the New York volume should continue up.
Yeah.
I honestly would want to see the 30-minute close over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Because the 30-minute came here on 5th around London Open. Oh.
Yeah, I'm already up
It's moving up
6
over here.
pips.
Say less, it's going.
Yeah, it's done so. Okay, 7 pips.
Yeah, we may retest that
All
top 150, 750.
I got 150, 500 as my partials, and the rest is at 150, 700.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I want to wait for this 30-minute candle to close over here. Because this is a strong resistance here. Got rejected in the London session. Got rejected again in the Asian session. So I really want this candle to close above this area. Where is the take profit? Someone asked. Well, if you're entering a trade, you should know where the take profit is. What's your workout? Your arms look swole. My workout is simple. I do 2 exercises in the gym, but I'll do like, now Mac is flexing his arms. Ah, look at my arm. But I do, so I do 2 exercises, but I'm gonna do like 10 sets. 10 sets of each exercise, and I get a really, really good burn the next day. Wow, gold is a real heartbreaker there. Tapped the low and boom, went straight up.
Yeah. Now you know that you got that rejection from support on the 1 hour candle, so makes sense this 1 hour candle to break previous 1 hour, and probably we're gonna retest 1695 on gold. It's a good play if we get a break on top of that 1 hour candle.
Hi, Raja.
Hello.
Paul here. I just have a quick question. How do you know the difference between giving your trade a second chance and overtrading?
Overtrading is going to be when you're taking a 3rd trade or the 4th trade, right? So let's say, for example, price went up here in pound yen, you took a buy and price came down in drawdown, closed below, and then you lost the trade, right? For example. And then you're like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna wait to see if I can give the same bias a second chance. So second chance is going to be a much stronger confirmation. What that would look like is you would want to see a candle to close above 150, 350, and then take that second chance for price to continue bullish.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Thanks. Makes sense.
second chances are normally like, you're waiting for really, really solid confirmations.
Okay. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, no problem. Anytime. Oh, wow. USD CAD did break down that support over there we had.
It's breaking the previous 1 hour.
How your configuration on your screen setting is like. I have magic keys, but I open trading view as well. From what I understand, the MT4 must be opened. Do you have a split screen? Yes. I have a split screen. I have two monitors. I have two monitors and a small laptop on the side. GJ playing with my feelings right now.
Why? It's moving so good right now.
This candle needs to close above 153.50 for me to have a confident trade in this to take a buy.
Yeah, I think it will close. It will close up there.
Okay, what's this over here? How often should someone do a simulation? Once a week. Once a week is good. 2 times a week is good. That's it. Once or twice a week. Let's take a look at the situation over here. We got about 9 minutes left for this candle to close. I would literally want this candle to close here. If we can close and the next candle can break the highs right over here, then we have a much higher probability to continue moving bullish.
500 is right there around the corner. There's like 11 pips up there.
If this candle closes above the zone, will you enter at the open or will we wait? I think I'm going to wait. Let's just wait for this to close and then I'm going to decide what I'm going to do. Stops are going to be kept below the 15-minute candle. So wherever I enter, stops are going to be below the 15-minute candle and aiming for, you know, like 500, 550, 600, going all the way up towards resistance. How often do you say it's a delicate situation? What do you mean by that? What I mean by that is like right over here, right? We don't know whether this candle is going to close above resistance or below resistance. So that's why I'm waiting for this candle to close here first. Does Kervin has an Instagram page where he normally shares his analysis? Oh, right over here.
Kervin05.
Kervin05.
Gold is on the move. Gold is on the move. So easy to trade gold, man. It's gold, man.
If price starts shooting up, would you enter or still wait for the close? I'm gonna wait for the close because if price starts to shoot up, then I missed the trade, right? And if I missed the trade, that's totally fine if I missed the trade because what I'm waiting for is a candle to close above this area and then take a trade on the next candle, you know, and I'm accepting the fact if it continues moving, for me, there was no confirmation for a buy and I'm willing to miss out on the trade.
It is what it is.
Yes, it is what it is at that point. When is the next sell option for gold?
A pullback on gold.
Yeah, we're breaking above this resistance here.
That was expected on gold because, like I said, did a retest to the previous 1 hour support, and now it's done so. Now we're gonna retest that top range. 1895 it's already done. So if we break 1895, it's gonna be a deep retest toward that top range. I grab an entry on that thing.
Like going to 1710?
Yeah. Long term, yes, but you never know if we're gonna get a rejection from 1695. The price is right now. But you know, the idea is that the 1 hour candle created support. So since we're playing, like I said, on the weekly, daily, higher time frames, there's a lot of consolidation to the left. So
Yeah.
from there is a nice range, like a 300 pip range. Like a $30 move toward 1710, 1715.
Yeah, if this 4-hour close is above,
Yeah.
fake out.
Basically, what you want to see on gold right now is that this 1-hour candle is going to create a new high. So next 1-hour candle can do a retest to the downside, and the 4-hour going to create that kind of structure with the heavy wick to the downside, closing inside the body of the candle, closing inside the range on the previous 4-hour candles. So from there, you know, the trade is going to pay to the top range.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Thanks,
you don't
Kerry.
want to, yeah, you don't want to play with gold inside that range because the pullbacks are gonna be heavy. Kind of the same nasty move that you guys had on Friday. I missed the streaming on Friday. My son was having his birthday, you know. So, but yeah, man, it was nasty move on gold Friday. Right, I think you're gonna get that nice close on GG. That you want, yes.
Yeah, we still got
Yeah.
about 4 minutes here.
Yeah, you will get it.
USD CAD sells below, stops to break even at the sell target. Nice. Very nice. Lendarius Forex. Got it in.
Hey, Rakeel.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, yourself?
Good.
Yeah. Kelvin, I just wanted to add on to what you said, correct me if I'm wrong, but looking at gold, we've already moved, well, our daily range on gold is around 150 pips. We've already moved over 300 pips. So at the start of the day, we were at around 1714, and we moved down around to 1684, which is around 300 pips. So I think the reason why we had such a big pullback was you can only expect it to go a certain amount of pips during a single day, unless there's like extreme news, like when there was the Pfizer announcement of the vaccine. Unless there's extreme news such as that, I think the max daily range you're gonna get with gold is around 300, maybe a little bit more. But I think when it gets to a daily range of 300, you need to start to be a little bit careful, because there's only so much we can move within a day. Do you know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I think you're right. The thing is with gold, yeah, any pair, they have certain daily ranges, ADR, average daily range, and from there, you know, a certain pair can move 100 pips, like GG can move 200 pips on a daily average, you know. But if in the meantime you have some resets, like you know, liquidity grabs, then that average daily range can be increased by another 50 pips, and so. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think when I saw gold hitting 1685, 84, I looked at the high of the day and we were around 17, 13, 14, I think it was. But yeah, I saw that we moved such a big amount. That's why I was very cautious. But yeah, I did also take entries at 16. Let me just check. I think it was similar to what you took. It was at the break of the 5 minute. So 16. 89. Yeah, 16,
Okay.
89, 58. Yeah, and I took about 20 pips from that. So yeah,
All
that was
right.
alright. Yeah.
Okay, man. All right.
All right, I got my 10 pips on DJ.
It's
Nice.
a bust.
Yeah.
So you close already?
Yeah, I'm closing
Oh
half.
man, you guys are.
Very nice, Mac.
Say it.
I only closed 25%.
Oh, okay,
chill.
okay,
I still got like half a lot running.
Okay, Raja, did you get that entry though or no?
Nope. I follow my rules, man.
Closing.
I follow my
Waiting
rules.
for the close.
But you lost commission, so you should type it in.
No, nothing. Like as I said, if I get the close down here, I'll enter. If I not, then I'm gonna miss the trade. So I miss the
Look
trade.
at the size.
There's no
Look at the size
problem.
of these biceps.
What?
He's flexing.
Man,
Yeah,
if,
yeah.
Man.
if I bring the group chat here to the live stream, you're probably gonna leave here. So let's just.
No, Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
That's
that.
true. That's true. No, especially
Nobody
Jiven.
knows. Nobody knows about that.
Just bring Jiven. Just Jiven.
I'll strangle him.
USD CAD fell nice down over there.
14 pips already on TJ.
Yeah, nice.
Yo, Raja, can I ask a question?
Yes.
When do you do a impulse entry then on GJ? For example, right now, if you look at the 15, when do you do an impulse entry?
If I would have had a close right over here, then I would have taken an impulse entry with the next candle breaking the high to continue going up.
Oh, now this candle closed with no wick to
Right?
the top.
So, bro, can you stop interrupting me? Like, that's the one thing I really, truly hate when people interrupt anyone. Right? So, if I had a close right over here, then I would have entered a buy if the next candle broke the high. But since it has already moved up so much, you know, and closed with no wick over here, I don't know whether the next one is going to continue moving, or will we come down to do a retest for the next 4-hour candle to continue moving up.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying on Kerwin.
Yeah,
he's
go ahead.
I love seeing this guy's
No,
face.
no top weight. Yeah, no top
he-
weight on the previous
Yeah, no
30
top
minute
weight.
candle.
I closed everything. 17
Still,
pips.
but this 30 minute candle is the first beautiful candle closing outside that resistance. So
yeah,
basically on the next
Yeah.
15 minute, you don't want to see the 15 minute pulling back toward 150, 400. That's basically it. Other than that, let it run.
Yeah, because that whole space has to get filled, you know? That whole right here.
What the hell is that? Who
Give
did
me
you-
1 second.
You drew a Batman over there.
Man, I was really bad at coloring school. Like I used to eat my crayons. Crayolas.
Oh wow, looks like it's gonna tap into 500 and then to 550.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. I closed.
See, as the new 4-hour candle is coming down to close. Oh, what's this?
So you close completely, Mac.
Yeah.
Vamos a hablar ahora que este loco se fue, dale.
Oh wow. Oh, okay. Teacher's gone.
Yeah.
So Mr. Pakistani Hitler.
Yeah, the 150, 500 is nice target. Like I said, it's
Mac, you closed because it didn't have a top wig or what?
Yeah, I closed because I had no top wig, and I
Okay.
already met my target for the day.
Your daily profits.
Yeah.
But if it has no wick, then it's like 50-50, right? It could either go
Right,
up
it could go 50-50. So.
the only thing that I have noticed on any pair of gold, GJ, no matter what, when you close the 30-minute candle close with not wick at the bottom, at the top, but if you're breaking outside some sort of resistance or support,
Yeah,
the move is gonna continue no matter what. So
Right.
you know, because you still have the momentum for the next 30-minute candle to create a new 1 hour high. So you can play the odds that even though you don't have a top wick to the top, you don't have to close
Well, what
manager.
kind of happened is something like this, right? A small retest to like half the previous 30-minute candle or 15, and then the
Yeah.
next one.
The
They
thing
could-
is that if it opens and it goes down and then goes up, it's good. But when it does like this, that goes up and now go down, it's get out, man.
Yeah, but you know, if it's gonna go down like as it is right now, I'd rather not risk the profits that I took, you know, at the top of it.
Of course.
So I'd rather just close right there, and maybe most likely I will get a re-entry at some point halfway through that 15-minute candle. That was the breakout candle, right? Because we need a retest at this point. So once we get that retest, this can be the opportunity to get the re-entry, right?
Yeah.
So somewhere around this gray area that Rakeel's always drawing.
Yeah, that's going to be the
Then-
close of the 4-hour there too.
And that would be the close-up, right? So you got that top here, no wick, and range to the top. You got some range created here. Then this one's gonna retest to the downside, and then continue up.
It's creating the top wick of the 4 hours.
Whole thing has to get filled, you know.
All right, let's take a look at this chart over here.
Thank you, Mac.
Yeah.
Thank you for your valuable insights, Mac. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for your sarcasm.
What? No, man. I'm being serious.
No. Whatever you say is sarcasm to me.
You can feel it, right?
Yeah, I can feel it.
No. Not this time.
No, not this time.
By the tone of the voice.
Yeah, no, by just the way I look at him.
Man,
Got my
fight.
eyes on you, boy.
Entered here at the break of the low. Oh, nice. Close 50% at 1 hour. You should have closed right over here instead of right over here, and then closing trade over here. We're still at support over here, so you need to be careful at this point. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. 4 hour is closing in 30 minutes. Do you think it's going to retrace because it closed with no wick? Yeah. I think what Mac explained, that made perfect sense over there with the 4 hour candle closing. So you're seeing a top wick being formed. And if we're closing above the theory, 153.50 on the 4 hour time frame, it makes sense for the next candle to kind of like retrace and then to continue its momentum, because we've made a high above, 150.350. We've made a high. So there's a higher probability for price to continue up towards, 150.600 later on. Take a look at this chart over here. Oh, nice one. Secured half my position on this daily high. Beautiful. Do you count GJ call as a winning trade? No, because I didn't enter pound yen, so it's not a winning trade. Let's take a look at this year JPY. Break above the zone, buys on to the next resistance. I like this. I have almost like the same analysis here. Yeah, right here. Buys above 128, 980, 990. Let's measure this range. It's like a 11 pip range, 10 pip range. Could be a very sticky situation, but should still work out in this aspect here if we do continue moving bullish from this point. Would another opportunity be at the close of the 1 hour on GJ? I believe so, yes, on the 4 hour. Because once this 4 hour closes, you're visualizing the next 4 hour candle to make like a lower wick and then to continue moving bullish. Ooh, JP Savage donated $4.99. Hello there. How can we know if that break on GJ can be a fake out? The break on GJ can be a fake out. The way we're going to know that is if the next candle comes and closes below 150.350.
Yeah.
Because we don't know if it's going to be a fake out if it's not a fake out, right? Mr. Mujahid Sayyid took 24 pips on GJ. Oh, nice. Down from 150, 200, 215. Very nice.
I think that call on GJ should get an annotation on the screen.
Oh, nice. Trade called.
Yeah. How do you do that again? Through Zoom?
Oh, you just hit text.
On Zoom, right? Oh, okay.
What was it? GJ buys? What was it?
GJ buys above 350.
Let's do 15 pips.
15 pips.
Waited 3 hours for GJ break and nothing happened. I'm in the same boat over here. Nothing happened over here. I took no trade. I waited and waited and waited, and it is what it is. When you closed that gold trade in the 1 minute chart, gold made a wedge, so I took the trade. Oh, nice. This candle's about to close over here. Mr. Faris Booza from YouTube. Hey, I would really love it if you would review my trade and give me your insight. Was it overall a good trade? Let's take a look over here. Let's take a look over here. Recent high, previous high, retest here to continue up 1 to 2 RR. Oh, nice. Pound yen 5-minute chart. Took a trade right over here to continue up. Could you add Kervin trade too? I mean, it's not a contest, but sure. What do you think of a buy on the retest of that GJ break? Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I mean, we closed over here. The 15-minute candle is about to close. The 30-minute candle is still open over here. I either want to see a break above the high at 150, let's say 500, or I would want to see some sort of a support formed around 150, 350. If that happens in the next 20 minutes, you know, if it doesn't happen, then it is what it is. Is Kervin your son? No, he's way too older for me.
Come on, man. We're the same age.
No, man. Not at all.
Only 10 years older than you, man.
Damn.
That makes us brothers.
Yeah. I was still in diapers when you were running around. If the next 15-minute breaks the high, would you take a buy? No, I wouldn't take a buy at all. I would want to wait for the 4-hour to close. And when the 4-hour closes, there's going to be retracement. And that retracement, this is what the next 4-hour candle is going to look like, in my opinion. Right? If this 4-hour closes, wherever it closes, the next 4-hour is probably going to look something like this, something like this. You know, so your aim is to get on in this retracement right here on the 4-hour candle, whatever that retracement is going to be. And that retracement is going to be a pullback on the 1-hour time frame, 30-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame. So that's what you want. You want a retracement. You want a microstructure retracement actually on the smaller time frames. And that retracement, so see, so this, if it does retraces down towards, you know, 150, 350, this retracement would be the formation of the 4-hour lower wick for price to continue moving bullish. And that's something I want to see to be able to execute on the trade. If I don't see that, then I'm not going to execute. Because in trading, you need to execute on exactly what you want price to print. Please, what time frame do you use for analysis and what time frame do you use for your entries? If you look through our live streams, you will know exactly what we do every day. I mean, it's no secret. 2 days ago, someone messaged me saying, "Oh man, you're such a scam. You have these secrets you don't tell people, and you just take trades." I'm like, "No, man. Like everything we do is right here on the live stream. There's no secrets." Is it greedy to take your money before TP, or is it greedy to see your trade in profit and let it run to TP? I think it's not a greedy scenario. I think it's more to do with confidence, right? If you think your price is going to go to your take profit, if it's a logical take profit, right? If it's a logical take profit, and if you think it's going to go towards that area, then you need to hold it, right? If you're having some confidence issues, then you got to take some risk off and let a part of that run. You know, that's what I used to do too most times. I would take profits early. I would, like, you know, secure profits way too early, and then, oh wow, look at this. It's breaking these highs. Almost. Yep. Can't rush in this at all. Don't want to rush in this trade. Gotta wait. And while you wait, you may miss the trade, and that's the part of the game. Ooh, YouTube is going to send me a silver play button.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna write all your names on it.
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah, because man, the
I
live
wanna-
streams it wouldn't be where it is without you guys. You know, to be honest.
Thank you, man.
I
Really
want to be next to
appreciate it, brother.
Kerwin. Can I be next to Kerwin? Yes, Kerwin, man.
Be on top, brother. Come
You
on.
should
man.
get your
Whoa,
own mic.
whoa. Relax there, buddy. You're swinging to left right there. You could be on top, okay?
In a year or so, you're getting yours from Asian Session Streaming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. We're killing it.
Oh, look, this is the new 5-minute. See, if this was the 30-minute time frame, I'd be taking a buy right over here.
Yeah.
For price to continue pushing.
Yeah, we said it like that would be the perfect for re-entries.
Yeah, it's moving up to 600 at this point.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
But I'm done for the day. So.
That's good.
600 coming up over here.
Yeah.
And I'm not in this trade, if someone's wondering. Someone's gonna ask, "Oh, hey, are you in this trade?" No, I'm not.
I added another position on GG.
Yeah, boy, it's greedy curl.
Nice.
Kidding.
Oh.
Sleeping tabs.
What advice do you have for a student who is working, paying tuition fees, and has very low capital? Well, Prakash, I think you're from India. You got to keep working, man. Got to keep working, save your money. If you think you have low capital, the only way your capital is going to increase is by saving money. That's how it's going to increase. I don't know how old you are, but I had quite a bit saved up until I was 28, 29. You know, so I worked till 28, 29 to be able to save money, to be confidently trade without any stress. But then the stress came with overtrading and shit like that, but that's besides the point, right? The point is, like, you need to work, you need to save money, build your capital up, and then work on your dreams. I have a GJ bullish position entry at 149,900. Oh, nice. Oh, god damn. From all the way down over there. 149,900. From last week. Do you think it's smart to have my TP at 159,900? I think it's smart. It would be better to have a TP. I mean, I don't know. You can secure at 156,600. If I was in your place, I'd probably put my stops below 150,300 because this was a strong resistance we broke. But that's what I would do, you know. What's this? No trade today, no confirmations on the 30-minute, and I don't do impulse trades on Monday. It is what it is. Oh, you know what? That's a very, very good thing. It's a Monday. So even if you're missing trades today, just understand it's only Monday. You got Tuesday, you got Wednesday, you got Thursday. Your loss of volume on Wednesday too. What's a reasonable return for you on a $5,000 account? If I have a $5,000 account, I think a reasonable return for me, a realistic return, is going to be between $250 to like $400 a month. $250 to $400 a month. For me, that would be a reasonable return. You know, and that means 1 trade a day, 2 trades a day, and 1 month has like 21 trading days, right? So I think that's very, very achievable. Looks like gold is about to break 1689 here to possibly continue down to 1687 and 86. I wonder if that's going to happen in the next 12 minutes, or will that happen during NYSE Open? Hello, did you advise funding talent? No, I'm not an advisor for funding talent. I know discipline is key, but how to stop overtrading? Discipline. Just stop it. You know? Like if you run red lights and if you ask somebody, hey, how to stop running red lights, they'll say just stop running red lights. It's very simple. You have to control yourself. How old are you? 34. How much money did you start with when you started trading? $200. I started with $200, blew that account, and started with $1,000. Ran it up, brought it down again. And I think my really, like, when I understood, like 1 to 2 trades a day, and like when I was getting into my disciplining stage, I deposited around 10,000, and then I went with that. Do you live stream every day? Yes. All right. Pound yen is still in this vicinity over here. 15-minute candle is still closing bullish. We're respecting the support at 154.30. Yeah, I was still making those areas over there. I feel like I'm constantly either closing trades too soon or staying in trades for too long. Any advice? I think you're doing the opposite. In winning trades, you should stay in that trade. In losing trades, you should start to close trades early. You know, that comes with risk management. You got to really enjoy managing risk. We have a lot of webinars on risk management there in the database. How high can you scale an account? Can you use $100,000 account, or is it too much? Like, what's the upper limit? Well, you can use 100 million if you want. Are you a mentor? Like, can people pay you to mentor about their psychology and strategy? Well, if you can find that information, then perfect. What's the highest you've lost in a day? I don't know. I mean, 25,000, something like that. Yeah, I remember it was a fresh deposit of 60,000, 70,000 deposit, and it was interest rates. Interest rates came in, and I opened a 50 lot buy on gold because gold was moving up, and then that thing retraced 15 pips. So that was a quick $7,500 loss right over there, right off the bat, in 2 seconds.
That wasn't the time you went to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich?
No. This was me watching. I was watching at 2 p.m. I was trying to trade interest rates. Deposit hit the account at like 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m. I was ready to drop 50 lots. And man, that's...
Well, you had an account for full margin, those, but...
Yeah.
But that was before you had the account for full margin.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a very, very bad day.
Yeah, last week I had a day that I lost like $200 in like 20 minutes. I had no idea how.
That's nothing, man.
That's something. Oh yeah, that's nothing.
No, it's okay, but it's not okay.
But what happened though? Like, did you overtrade? Did you over risk?
I started dabbling with Nasdaq.
Oh,
cowboy!
Breaking the trading plan.
You're trying, yeah.
Yeah, on a Friday, Nasdaq was a very, very low.
On a Friday,
I think the Dow had dropped like 800 points, and I was just trying to scalp it.
Yeah, you fell for the hype.
Yeah,
man, don't do that.
You fell for the hype.
I fell for the hype.
You should be in the gulag, man.
No, I own a gulag, so I don't need one.
Send them to the gulag.
Oh, look at pound yen over here.
Yeah, pound yen is on the move.
Moving up.
Okay,
150,600.
Beautiful.
150,600 coming up right now.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like when I stream on Asian, I don't call no dumb trades. The trades that I call it's only on GJ and gold. And so far, I think I've only had one loss. Everyone was there too.
Nice.
Hey Roger, man.
Hey.
You know when you said you had that loss of like 25, 26k, yeah. So what was your state of mind after that? Like, how'd you come over that? Like, I think a lot of people would like want to see all your steps in.
Yeah, nothing. Had to go grocery shopping after that, so went and got groceries, and then and then didn't really. So FMC is on Wednesdays, so I took Thursday off, Friday off, came back Monday, and just focused on Just the same, like one trade a day, basically. That's what I did.
Remember, baby, we're in it for life.
And emotionally, how did you fare, bro?
Nothing. Had to
Like,
just say it is what it is. Because whenever you have a big loss, you have to understand that the only reason you're having a big loss is because you're over trading or you're over risking. There's no other reason you should have a big loss, right? And then I knew that, okay, I'm not a bad trader. I mean, there was a reason I deposited 60 grand because I had the money due to trading or whatever. But it's just not chasing the loss, coming back Monday, just focusing on just the same one trade, two trade, and moving on to the next day.
yeah, so it's basically that self-belief within yourself and your plan, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I had one of those days on Thursday, like wanted to take buys on JJ, but pressed the button on gold, and yeah, it just went completely the other way, and I was just like, wow.
You're just like, wow.
Man, it sucked, bro. It sucked. So what I did was, like, in my MT4, I just changed the template in gold to black and gold, just so that there's that visual difference.
Nice.
Anyways, man, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Are you still willing to take an entry on the 4-hour on GJ? No. No, because we're already here. 150, 600 is right over there. There's no entries at this point. Some guys took entries right over there. Some people took entries right over here for price to move up. Is it fine to take entries on 30-minute or 1 hour on gold because I want to avoid fake outs or liquidity grabs? All right, let's answer that question here in a bit. We're about to tap into 150, 600 over here. We're at 569. See, on the 1 hour and 30 minutes, since there's a lot of volume in gold, there's so much volatility, sometimes you don't get to see the market structure on the higher time frames, like the 1 hour, the 30-minute, so you're forced to look at the 15-minute and the 5-minute because there's so much volume, and you can actually get some really good entries on 5-minute and 15-minute, but you really need to take a look at gold for a long time.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah, we're coming up over here. Ooh, 580, 582, 150, 582. Can we get to 600? 600 coming up.
Yeah, 3 minutes left for the 4-hour candle closing. So
yeah,
you may tap that 600.
You said a realistic return is that's 5 to 8% on $5,000 account, but I saw all your trading recaps on YouTube. You're doing 10 to 20% a week. 10% a week I've done, 15% a week I've done, 20% rarely, depends on market conditions. But I said about that's realistic for a new trader. Like, of course I have experience. Of course I have, certain things I can do differently. I have that experience in the markets. I have that experience in managing risk. So there are a lot of things, that go into that. All right, 572, 580. We tapped into 580. Get to 600 over here very soon. For someone who only uses 30-minute for entries, this was a missed trade. Yes, this was a missed trade. So that's why I'm looking at the smaller time frames here to see what type of a market structure was there in the small time frames, because it's the same thing as we were talking about gold there earlier on. If you look on the 30-minute time frame, you can see it was just like straight one candle up, next one closed with no wick, and then the next one continued moving bullish. So if you look in the smaller time frames, then you can see some sort of a market structure, and then if you're missing trades, you can take a look at that and say that, okay, maybe this is how I could have entered a trade. Maybe this is where I could have entered a trade, right? So you start to explain to yourself, how could you have executed on this trade based on the smaller time frames? Because these situations are going to happen over and over and over again. And the more you miss them, the more you're going to have an opportunity to study them to see how you could have executed. And then the more you're going to be prepared the next time they happen. And that's where trading takes a long time to kind of like grasp the whole idea. I understand why don't you set your BE trades to cover your spreads. Take a look at your BE trades and you have lost a ton of commissions, right? Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I mean, guys, I follow my own plan, and my plan makes me money on long term, and I'm totally okay with that. If I'm losing, let's say, like $50 here on commissions or $100 there on spread, that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. You know, and after all, that's a write-off for my taxes too, so it makes no difference. Yeah, man, like all losses are write-offs. Like you trade in a corporation, your losses are write-offs. Your commissions are write-offs. Spreads are write-offs. With a $1,000 account, can I target to make 20,000 in 4 months? Taking 2, 3? No, you can't. You can't. You can't have a target from 1,000 to 20,000. Of course you can, but there's a very, very low probability that's going to happen. So you got to focus on just 1 to 2 trades a day rather than focusing on 20,000 in 3 to 4 months. That's a huge difference in these two, like, you know, thinkings over there.
Hey, Roger.
Hey, man, how are you?
Good, thanks. I have a little question again. So, in your trading journey back then, did you ever had like nightmares about trading or something?
No, no nightmares. But there were times I'd be in swing trades, and I would wake up in the middle of the night just to check where the trade is at. But no nightmares, no.
Alright, thanks.
Why you having you having nightmares?
No, I had like not nightmares, but like dreams where I tripled my account, and in the morning I checked my account to see if it was true. So you know, like these kind of dreams, weird dreams, but yeah.
Triple, that's a good dream.
You say wet dreams?
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I heard wet dreams too, but
yeah.
No, I think he meant weird dreams.
Oh yeah.
Okay, weird dreams. Oh, okay.
Man, you guys take things to some weird directions all the time.
Yeah, Latinos, bro, Latinos. I'm telling you. You know, one day.
Always thinking about the same, man.
Yeah, one time I was applying for this customer. It was actually a sales job over the phone, and I had to memorize the script. Bro, I was so into that script that I was sleeping, and I was having nightmares, and I would start like recitating the script overnight, and my girlfriend would like wake up and say, "What the heck are you saying?"
All right. Looks like it's gonna hit 156. I would still call this as like a win on GJ, whoever took this trade.
Yeah.
Target's right there. Yeah. Ooh, 593, 593. Can we get 15600? One last push towards 600, and we're gonna call it a day. Yeah. 590. One more pip over here. One more pip. Started demo trade last week, had 85% win ratio, so I thought to start my live account. Took 3 trades today. My account is up by 9.5%. Oh, beautiful. Very nice. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Gold 15-minute chart, close above and then enter a break and retest to 1700. I like that too. I was actually looking at this earlier here as well, on the 15-minute time frame right here, to break above 1697 to move all the way up towards 1700. This area here. But anyway, guys, I'm going to head off over here. I think we had a pretty good session with gold, little short sells, and then buys on pound yen. Whoever took them, congratulations.
Obrigado, Raja.
Alright, take care everyone. We'll see you.
Obrigado, Raja.
Tomorrow I'm not going to be here. I have some things to do tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, so no stream tomorrow.
Yeah, no, see, we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right, take
Okay,
care.
thank you.
Peace out.
See you guys. Take care. Thank you.
Viva Brazil.
Brasil, Brasil!